For today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh.
There may be some scream. I don't know if it's... I don't even know if I've got enough effort to scream. I think at this point it's just a whimper.
I don't know. Internally, it's screaming.
Well, maybe.
I think... Oof.
We have cold.
Oof.
We have cold.
We
Like,
do.
currently, we are recording on November the 29th, 2024, almost at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And according to my little weather app, it says that it's 27 and feels like 19. Now that's Fahrenheit, folks. That's not the Celsius. So it's like over there in the UK, they're like, oh, it's minus whatever, and it'll be like 40.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, I'll be out. Just 40 is okay.
Yeah, that's sort of doable.
Yeah.
But when it starts getting, like, I don't know, as soon as it starts to hit 50, I'm like, I'm fucking freezing!
And then it's
freezing!
Like,
and then it
the
just
next-
gets colder, and it's like, damn, what is this, a walk-in freezer?
Oh, we have a cold front coming in, and it's just like Monday. It's supposed to be down in the teens. Teens, as far as that's the lows. It's not winter yet. This is just the prelude.
Yeah.
I hate winter. For those of y'all who are new, it's been a running gag for many years. I hate winter. Hate it.
Mm-hmm. And it's not the snow. It's sort of gray all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I do have seasonal affective disorder on top of the normal depression. So it's just like, here, one more turn of the knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got like...
And it hurts.
Yeah. As far as lights, we're talking megawatt.
Yeah. They're bright.
They are.
We've had neighbor tell us, yeah, because of how bright your lights are, we can see everything. I can see everything.
Well, we're not doing
like,
anything, so...
It's like, that's kind of creepy.
It is. But it's also one of those that it's like, I would rather... But it's not like we're doing stuff.
Well, the thing is, the reason that we have it is for the light levels and to combat that depression.
Yeah.
So...
And they'd be all right. I think they were just, they didn't care. They didn't care. Ultimately. And it's like, I just don't. It's not like I'm running through the house naked.
No.
That's a horrifying thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's one of the reasons I don't like winter. Because I can feel it. Each day that there's less light, I can physically feel it. It's not just a psychological thing.
No, it's a whole energetic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole energy shift.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as winter solstice, and then it gets better. It gets better, and we actually do go out and usually raise a glass for the return of the light.
We do.
Have done that for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be a long time between now and winter solstice because things are happening at such a breakneck speed that you just can't keep up with it. And it's like an event will be the previous day and it will seem like it was weeks or months ago.
Yeah. But which
is odd.
Isn't it in the Bible what does it say about the end days? Like the days time will blend in together or something like that. I don't know what
time. Unless the days were shortened, that even the elect would be deceived, is what it says. But there's a lot of things that are taken out of context. I mean, truly. And there's a lot of people that will read something and have no understanding of what it truly says.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like things get blended in that somebody said, and then instead of going and researching and finding out the truth for themselves, people just go on hearsay. That's humans.
Yeah. It's like,
It
why
really
is that?
Because a lot of times people are lazy. Flat out. Let's just call it like it is.
No, it's true.
They don't want to put in the time to do the research independently, which is what we are supposed to do. study and make yourself approved. Yes, we can have other people to help us along our study path and different things like that, but it is an individual responsibility. People don't want that. They want to be spoon-fed everything. And that's what's led us to the mess that we're in today. Yeah.
Yeah,
And one of the messes that we're in, that there have been numerous UFO, UAP sightings. I mean, to the point that it's concerning. And we have been warning about this for quite some time. Mm-hmm. The possibility of Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Which would be a fake alien invasion. Now, in Scripture, it talks about the Great Deception. Could this be it? I don't know. Now, I'm going to leave a link to a video that I had watched earlier. And I've watched this channel on and off for quite a few years. It's called Jason A. And what they do basically is just news clips, interview clips. That's it. They let you hear the information and make your own decision about it. Mm-hmm. Do they have clickbait titles? Yes. Such as breaking UFO invasion happening worldwide. No, not really.
And that's not, and it's
That's
not only
clickbait.
clickbait, it's sensationalism.
Yes, same thing. It's the same thing. And it's like, in the comments, do you have the hardcore Jesus people? Yes. I don't have a problem with them. I just, they doing their thing. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah. It's just
If they're for us, they ain't against us.
We're just like, yeah. Yeah.
But there was, and then I will also leave a news article that came out on November the 28th of 2024 by Matthew Phelan. He is the main one that reports on this stuff for Daily Mail. Mysterious lights over over Capitol Hill sparks fears of UFOs in Washington, D.C. Now, this is real.
Yeah.
This is mainstream media. And the picture that we're using is from the Daily Mail article.
It's some scary shit.
And where you've got 4 of these orb things.
It's like, what are those orb
They
things?
don't know. And then they recently had, a month ago, I don't even know. Like I said, with time, I don't even know. When they had the last congressional UAP, UFO hearings. And people talking about that. The fact that this is government disclosure, who knows? And then that there had been like 3 or 4 U.S. military things over in the UK that had sightings. I was trying to scroll through here and see where this was. So this stuff is ramping up just exponentially.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
The return is near. The return
And
is near.
in the video by Jason A., they do have a snippet as far as Tucker Carlson talking to someone. I can't remember who Tucker was talking to right now. But he's like, yeah, somebody is summoning these
And it's like, who is it? CERN?
Maybe.
I think it's a whole conglomerate.
Because there are those that believe these things are from different planets. Some people think that they're from this planet. As far as interdimensional, the fact that is even being discussed in the congressional hearings and stuff, that's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible.
And as far as these things being demonic, and it's like with Project Bluebeam, and I can't remember who it was I heard say this within the past day or so. They said some of them could be illusions, some of the craft, but some of the craft actually could be reverse engineered, could be, we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
So, I mean, do I believe this is imminent? I do, and especially as far as aggression between nations getting more and more each day. And I'll put a link to another article that I had started to report on the other day, and everything's just going sideways. That's all I can say. Again, Matthew Phelan, and he had reported where there was a gentleman, they call him, that he was a retired Air Force captain who claims to have witnessed UFO deactivate 10 nuclear missiles in 1967. Yeah, I was aware of that. Those of us that have studied these things for a while, and that was Captain Robert Silas, or Salas, I think is how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
And it did it in America, and from what I understand, also in Russia, that some of these nuclear things that were supposed to fire did not, and that there were UFOs that were reported during that period of time. And I'll have to go back and listen to this, because Salas was talking to Representative Mace, and she was one of the main ones that headed up the UAP UFO committee there at Congress.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
So some of these people, has this been soft disclosure for years? Probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's definitely been soft disclosure.
It's interesting because the modern version of weather balloon is, it was a drone. No.
It was not. It was no drone.
Because some of these things are reported to be spherical and large. And as far as it being just an
Phantasm.
amateur... Yeah, really, that was what scared me. I was like, oh, God, it's those things from Phantasm. That anybody who has a drone that is of a certain size, that in America, that they're supposed to have, some kind of like a pilot's license for real. That you can't, and that they were saying that some of the drones that are produced in China and are brought in here, imported here, they don't have to have the pilot's license. And that's how some people are doing that. I don't think so. And I think it was being from Casper, is it Caspersight, Caspervision, whatever it is.
I don't know.
That I heard talking about that. And he has drones. First of all, anytime that you've got something within the airspace of any kind of military, whatever, that is subject to being shot down very quickly. And these things are not being. Why? And it's like, then...
maybe they're not able to be shot down.
Maybe. But we also had those... They truly were balloons, supposedly, that went across the United States for months.
You know what else is large and round like those spheres? The Demon Core.
What's the Demon Core?
It was this volatile core thing that scientists made. If it clanked together, like it was in two halves, and it had this little sphere inside the sphere, and even if it just lightly went, it could it'd make everything explode.
Right. Was that when they were developing the atomic bombs and stuff?
Okay. It was a volatile thing that they created.
Right. Well, yeah, they used it, and then they used it. And it was most interesting. I've been all over the internet for days, and it's like there's so much crammed into my head, I can't keep it all straight. But we very well could see something very soon. They're not doing this just for shits and giggles.
No. And it whatever it is causing more spiritual stuff to happen.
Yeah.
It ain't fun. It ain't fun. And it's like I firmly believe that they're projecting thoughts into people's heads.
That very well could be.
And what I've been going through, I firmly believe that is what is happening.
You want me to tell you what they said, what AJ from the Wi-Fi said that
Tinfoil
would stop
hat?
that? Yes.
Legit?
Yes.
We
No
got
kidding.
aluminum foil. Does that count?
Right over there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If I have to wear a tinfoil hat from now on, I will.
That's okay. Yeah, it's perfectly
People
fine.
will look at me and be like, you're crazy.
No, you just have to do it. You could do it in a very decorative way.
Or I could put it under my beanie. I could line the inside of my beanie with tinfoil.
You absolutely could. You absolutely could. You got to be creative with these things. You got to do what works. We have looked into some of these. They've got articles of clothing at this point that's supposed to block some of the EMFs and stuff, but it's so expensive. It's very cost prohibitive.
Yeah, it's not available for. It's not priced so that it would be available for everyone.
So it's just odd.
Fleas in my beard.
I think he's got dry skin is actually what it is.
Fleas in my beard.
Interesting
I
stuff.
feel like a dog.
Interesting stuff. You want to do final thoughts, kid?
This shit is just... It's free. It's scary.
Sure it is.
And the knowledge that they have, technology beyond our comprehension that can do damage to us and make us believe shit that we really don't.
Well, and that's, again...
That's a scary thing.
Rebuking and binding and pleading the blood. And it was like, I would tell you something. If you need something to help you, his name was Morris Chapman. You get you some gospel music, some praise music, and that will absolutely...
But with this...
It works.
It does. That's like, for example, his name is Nico something, and he has the song Almighty God and Jesus is the Winner. I listen to that all the time, and I try to keep that playing in my head, but even then sometimes it's like,
that's where you sing louder. So I sing Shirley Caesar's Hold My Mule. Miss Shirley has got me through some really, really rough days.
But with this UFO stuff, I know the dreams that I had. Like, it's been close to a year ago at this point, if not a year ago. It was so vivid, and it was scary.
Yeah.
Just, and these two entities, like, no joke, a smaller UFO parked itself right in our front yard, and the hatch opened up on the front, and these two tall, like, they reminded me of the tallest, except they didn't have the colors of the tallest from Invader Zim. They sort of glided out, and just beings froze in fear in front of them.
Who had we did?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
You were on the porch or something.
I was probably coming
were.
in getting the 12 gauges. Exactly, probably what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know where you were. I know that I was in the front yard, like there where the trailer is. And I froze in fear.
It's just one of them. It's like, no, if you ain't a God, get out. You are not welcome here.
It's like, Jesus Christ, if that actually comes true, please let me drop to my knees immediately and start praying. Please.
Yeah.
Let me start praying to you, Jesus.
So, it's just, if it happens, don't be surprised. But just, be discerning. Pray for discernment all the time. And there was some kind of something, and I should have written it down, that they were talking about from the time somebody had figured out some kind of predictive something. But now, it's like this. With the internet, you could make up anything and put it on there, and somebody's going to believe it.
Yeah.
But there was quite a few people that had looked into it or whatever, but they had said that this one guy had figured out some kind of predictive ability on, like, I don't know if it was the collective consciousness or subconsciousness, whatever. And that the countdown started from the time that Trump had gone and spoken on Joe Rogan. There was 30-some odd days until something happened, which was supposed to be like December 3rd or 4th. Who knows?
Well, we're coming upon that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's already ramped up enough to the point that there's 4 things floating over the Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting times. Wow. We bought a ticket for this ride, man. We bought a ticket for this.
Are we going to get beamed up by God at some
We
point?
don't, yeah, it's supposedly, yeah.
Like before we actually have to confront these aliens? Or is it going to be during it?
There's no simple, anytime you're talking some of this stuff, he wants a simple answer, and there is none.
Just I don't know is nice.
I don't know. Let's put it like this.
Yeah.
Even Michael Heiser.
Like, I'm just brainstorming here.
He sat there and he was like, there's people that don't believe in the rapture. There's people that believe in pre, mid, post. What point is it to have the rapture if you've already gone through the tribulation? And this is why he hated to discuss eschatology, which is end times and prophecy and stuff like that. He said nobody understands it until after the event happens.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how it's exactly going to happen, but I feel like it's going to, similar to my dream.
Maybe.
It's very similar where reality is being punched through.
I think that's, yeah.
Or at least this dimension, and yeah.
I think our understanding of what we thought reality was, that's what's having holes poked in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that symbolism behind the whole
but
thing.
But anyhow, in Scripture it says that they would tell a secret, that not all would taste of death, that some would be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Not a blink, a twinkling. And that's not even a second. So, who knows? Who knows? But we just giving everybody a heads up, things to ponder, just porch ponderings, to go with their cup of coffee. Final thought.
Stay prayed up.
Yeah, prayed up. Big time. Big time. Everybody's having a paranormal and supernatural experience. Everybody. Whether you signed it, you bought a ticket to ride also. It's not just us. Tell them where we can be found.
We can be found on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda, COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. And have a good.
The Grok, which is the AI over on X, it can be pretty cool.
It
can be pretty cool.
It pretty much, that description that it gave it hit the nail on the head what your page is like.
Well, yeah, I mean, what it can do is, you can say, like, draw me or whatever it was, and then it takes bits of information from things that you have posted or interacted with.
Now, is that through the premium service that they have, or?
Well, I have premium, so I don't know. I don't know if it required that or not. You'll have to try it and see. But it was pretty cool that I was surrounded by souvenirs from the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And I had not just one cup of coffee, I had 2. I'll take this. I'll take this. Here's my inner, this is what I look like on the inside.
Yeah.
That's what I look like on the inside. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.